Through the Roof, the story of the paralyzed man, marked to 1 to 12, retold for kids and teaching. It was a hot, sunny day in the town of Capernaum, and word spread quickly, Jesus is back. The streets filled with people hurrying to the house where Jesus was staying. Everyone wanted to see him, hear him, or maybe even be healed by him. Before long, the house was packed. People were crammed in the doorways, sitting in windows, and standing shoulder to shoulder, listening to Jesus teach about God's love. Now, somewhere nearby, there was a man who couldn't walk. He was paralyzed, and had been that way for a long time. But he had something very special for amazing friends who believed Jesus could help. So, the friends picked up their friend on his mat, and started carrying him to the house. When they got there, they couldn't get in. There were too many people. No room at the door, not even a crack, but these friends didn't give up. One of them pointed up and said, "What if we go through the roof?" Now back then, the roofs were flat, and made of clay and branches. So up they went, climbing the stairs to the roof, carrying their friend carefully. Then they started digging. First a crack, then a hole, then a bigger hole. Soon, dust and sunlight poured into the room below. Everyone inside looked up. What's going on? Then lowering slowly from the roof came a mat with the paralyzed man, right down in front of Jesus. Jesus looked up at the smiling, determined faces of the four friends peeking through the hole. Then he looked at the man on the mat. He saw their faith, their bold, unstoppable faith. Jesus said, "Son, your sins are forgiven." Now, some religious teachers in the crowd weren't happy about that. They thought, only God can forgive sins, but Jesus knew what they were thinking. He turned to them and said, "Which is easier, to say, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or 'Get up, take your mat, and walk'? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has the authority to forgive sins." Then Jesus looked back at the man and said, "I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go home." Everyone held their breath. And then it happened. The man moved. He stood up. He rolled up his mat, the same one he was carried in on. And he walked out in front of everyone. The crowd gasped, then cheered. People were amazed and said, "We've never seen anything like this." The lesson: true friends help bring others to Jesus. Jesus has power to forgive sins and heal our hearts and bodies. Faith makes amazing things possible.